Hi everyone and welcome back to the... Hi everyone and welcome back to the channel. On this video I'm gonna review this thing. This is the Telefunken Partner Compact Radio Cassette Recorder. Telefunken, as you might have noticed, is a German company, and there are some telltales about its origins, like the writings like Lautstärke, Ein, On for turning it on, and KW for shortwave, K for Kurz. I have no idea about how it goes in the US, but here in Europe, Telefunken had a reputation to provide very high quality machinery. If you are into tube amplifiers, Telefunken tubes are very expensive nowadays and considered to be among the best. Even though I didn't pay a lot for this, it required some attention. Obviously I needed to use some contact cleaner on the switches and it needed a new belt for the cassette player. This assembly was really easy. Just remove these two screws and there you go. The whole assembly lifts us up, revealing a chassis with a repair, maintenance friendly layout. That was refreshing to see. And believe it or not, I had the right belt in my stash, so it was a very quick repair. In less than 2 hours, this thing went from faulty to fully working again. Now let's have a look at the top part of it and all the layout and the buttons. On the left hand side you have the volume control, which is self-explanatory, the controls for the cassette, we're gonna come back to that later, the Ein, on and off button switch, long wave, medium wave, short wave, FM, U for UKW, ultra Kurz, something in German, and an AFC for automatic frequency control. Got the scale for the radio and the button with station or Station, if we want to say that in German. And last but not least, the antenna, which is not broken. That's very good. The radio reception is really cool. Well, just give this a try. Not for long because I don't want to get a copyright strike, but hear this out.
93-15 et de... N'est que quelques-uns dans nos ambulances.
Message à vos parents?
Oui, ça me fera plaisir.
Alors allez-y.
Now let's give it a try with long wave.
Now on BBC Radio 4 with the exciting conclusion to our Limelight drama series, Bitter Pill by Michael Patrick.
Now let's give this a try with shortwave. It sounds really good. Now let's talk about the cassette mechanism. You have the stop cast, which is a stop eject, and no, it's gonna fail at that test. You get the fast forward, playback, rewind, and a record. No pause button, so it's gonna be difficult to create your own mixtape with this. The tape mechanism is of Japanese origin, and you can see that with this Matsushita motor with a manufacturing date of February 1976. That machine is older than me, and according to your YouTube analytics, it's probably older than most of my viewers. Now let's give the cassette a try. I could use one of my cassettes in my stash, but there's a problem. Copyright reasons. So I went online and found this guy, Dar Golan, and he makes music that is decade themed, so 1960s, 1970s themed music. And I recorded onto this tape. And we're gonna test this out right now. Just to tell you how loud it was, I'm just gonna continue talking while... Did you hear what I was saying? Nope, because the thing is pretty loud. There's good bass response and some decent lack of distortion. I like this. If you were expecting some Nakamichi level of quality for the cassette, well, you're gonna be disappointed. But all in all, it's a very decent way of listening to music. If you had this in your bedroom in 1976, you would have been a happy camper, honestly. Plus, if this was your only source of music in your bedroom or dorm room, you got some expansion possibilities. On the left-hand side, you'll find this DIN plug for a turntable. And back in the 1970s, here in Europe, if you were into hi-fi systems, the DIN plug was ubiquitous. And on the back of the unit, you'll find out that there were some optional connections. Well, they're not optional. These are just covers to prevent dust and grime to get into the radio. And what it was is a connector to use the radio just like you would use a cassette deck if you wanted to connect it to a hi-fi system. And the other plug is for an external speaker or a set of headphones. The unit is powered either by a mains plug or a set of C-cell batteries. 6 batteries for a total of 9 volts. When I found this radio at the thrift store for $9.99, I said, well, it still looked pretty amazing for something that is almost 50 years old. And even though it was not working properly, I knew for a fact that I would be able to fix it. The motor was turning and the radio was giving me some reception, so nothing was broken or definitely out of commission. But now I tend to realize that this is definitely a cool looking machine from 1976, just as old as my Canon AE1. I think that might be a sign. If I was to compare the Telefunken with the Ricotech, this is Big Believe. That's the real deal. And that's all I got for you today, guys. As always, thank you for watching. I hope to see you next time. You leave a like, a comment down below, and subscribe to my channel. See ya. Do I look like a rapper or something?